And then there was this pretty remarkable, slow developing drama unfolding all morning over the skies of Tupelo, Mississippi, and ending in a cornfield. So it began with the pilot threatening to crash that plane into a Walmart. That is where we begin with this Mississippi breaking news. The latest development we have just learned before coming on the air. That plane is now down, apparently landing safely with the pilot now in police custody after circling those skies for hours, I believe 4 hours total, and threatening to crash there in North Mississippi. It all started early this morning. Police got word of a plane. Its pilot saying he planned to crash into a Walmart in Tupelo. That, of course, prompted evacuations from Walmart. Police and the pilot apparently were in communication by phone early on. Then the plane flew in this really haphazard manner for hours before coming down in that cornfield. Again, just minutes before we came on the air. Here is part of the coverage from our affiliate walking us through the plane's track as that drama unfolded. Take a listen.
Those circles mainly in the 8 o'clock hour. By 9 o'clock hour, it had set up, again, its erratic path between Hickory Flat, Ripley, and the Ashland area. It spent that time in the Holly Springs National Forest circling for, again, hours on end. And that's hours on end is one of those phrases that people use just without thinking about what it means. No, literally hours on end. Typically between about 175 and 215 miles per hour. It then circled northwest of Ripley between the 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock hours. For a good chunk of its path, it tended to do circles that were, I guess, clockwise, but the circles became more erratic as fuel burn continued to reduce the range, usable range of that aircraft. This Beechcraft, the twin-engine plane, then within about the last 20 minutes is taking a path that then took it back toward the south and west. And as of our latest update, which was at about 10 minutes ago now, let's double check the time on this. The latest update on this came in as of 10:07 a.m. It was at 163 miles per hour, which was a reduction in its speed, and it was at 900 feet, and it was dropping.
What a track right there to show you. So again, it remains unclear whether the plane crashed or it landed. Obviously, it did so safely. But however it did land, we're glad it made it safely into that cornfield. The pilot is in police custody. Nobody injured on the ground.
And joining me now is Senior Legal Affairs Reporter for Politico, Kyle Cheney. Kyle, let's talk about some of this stuff, because as we talk about kind of the political implications here, per the list that was released, I believe it was yesterday, as to the details that were actually found at MarALago, right? This list that was released by Judge Cannon. In particular, the more than 40-plus empty folders marked as classified. I know you have some new reporting on this. Talk us through it.
Sure. So part of that whole proceeding with the hearing last week was a decision to unseal this more detailed inventory of what the FBI took from Trump's MarALago estate. Yeah. And when it was first unsealed, at first glance, it didn't look like a lot of new information. Essentially, it said we found a few top secret documents in this box and a few secret classified documents in this box, et cetera. But the more you dug into it, the more you realized there's a lot more to it than that. They found these highly classified documents intermingled with clothing items and books and gifts, and then they found these dozens of empty folders that were marked classified. And now we don't know a lot about that. They were just on this list that was released, but people are asking, rightly, I think, what was in those folders and where is the material that was in those folders? And that's something that we hope to learn through this process.
So there's a couple things I want to tick through here while I have you, Kyle, because of your reporting, of course. And I want to talk a little bit about the January 6th investigation as well, because we're now hearing about this call, right, for Newt Gingrich to come and testify before the January 6th committee, one of which is the reasons Benny Thompson, the chair of the January 6th committee, laid out in his possible participation when it came to January 6th and inciting anger amongst the former president's supporters. Benny Thompson saying this, that Gingrich pushed messages explicitly designed to incite anger among voters, even after Georgia election officials had faced intimidation and threats of violence. In particular, Mr. Gingrich advocated promoting the false claims that election workers in Atlanta had smuggled in fake votes in suitcases. The New York Times also, by the way, reporting on this and going on to say, on the evening of January 6th, Mr. Gingrich continued to push efforts to overturn the election, emailing Mr. Meadows at 10:42 p.m., by the way, after the Capitol had been cleared of rioters, asking if there were letters from state legislators about decertifying the results of the election. Surprisingly, the attack on Congress and the activities prescribed by the Constitution did not even pause your relentless pursuit, Mr. Thompson wrote. What do you make of this new development, this call for Gingrich to testify?
You know, I remember at the time that Newt Gingrich was actually fairly vocal in supporting Donald Trump's push to overturn the election, or at least to challenge the results and to call into question the integrity of the vote. What we didn't know was these behind-the-scenes conversations he was having, trying to help strategize ways to not necessarily overturn the results, but to create the conditions that would pressure state legislatures, pressure governors to do it, to do that very thing. And that's what Donald Trump wanted ultimately. So, you know, I wasn't aware quite of the depths of Gingrich's conversations with people in Trump world about this. And so it's kind of interesting that the committee has uncovered evidence to that effect. And I think, you know, we'll see if he cooperates and is willing to go in there. But this comes at a time when, you know, Georgia is a particular focus, and that's where Newt Gingrich is from and where he was working most actively, because the Fulton County DA is also investigating some of the exact same things. So I wouldn't be shocked if she also finds an interest in Newt Gingrich as well.
All right, Kyle Cheney for us. Thank you, Kyle. Good to talk to you.
Funeral ceremonies have taken place in Moscow for the last leader of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, who died on Tuesday. Earlier, hundreds of mourners queued to pay their respects to Mr. Gorbachev, whose body was lying in state in Moscow. The ceremony, though, was not a full state funeral, and President Vladimir Putin said he was too busy to attend. Our Russia editor Steve Rosenberg has this report.
It was the final farewell to the man who changed the world. In the columned hall of Moscow's House of Unions, Mikhail Gorbachev lay in state. A steady stream of mourners filing past his open casket. There was a guard of honor, but the last leader of the Soviet Union had not been honored with a full state funeral. A sign that today's Kremlin has little interest in guarding Mr. Gorbachev's legacy. Many Russians blame Gorbachev for the fall of the USSR, the collapse of their superpower. And yet out on the streets, Muscovites were queuing up to pay their respects. Gorbachev had given many here their first taste of freedom and democracy. In today's Russia, both those things are under attack.
These people who came to Gorbachev to thank him, to say thank you, Mr. Gorbachev, you gave us a chance, and we lost this chance.
The end of an era. We hear that phrase so often, don't we? Its meaning has almost been diluted. But the death of Mikhail Gorbachev really does mark the end of an extraordinary era in history. A rare period when Russia was opening up to the world, when people here were being given freedoms, and when East and West pledged to live together in peace. Mikhail Gorbachev had played the key role in ending the Cold War, working with America to slash nuclear arsenals. But under Vladimir Putin, East-West confrontation is back. President Putin did not attend the funeral today. He was too busy, said the Kremlin. And there were few foreign dignitaries. Hungary's leader, Viktor Orban, the only Western leader here. A sign of Russia's international isolation. Steve Rosenberg, BBC News, Moscow.
A desperate search for an American schoolteacher kidnapped in Memphis.
And after we actually found information and saw a video where somebody was abducted, then that's going to raise an alarm.
Police releasing this surveillance still of 34-year-old Eliza Fletcher jogging near the University of Memphis campus. University police say that around 4:30 Friday morning, the avid jogger was forced into this dark SUV following a brief struggle with an unknown man.
After further investigation, we found video that did show a black SUV pull into the area across the street here where the victim was taken.
Memphis police now working with the FBI and pleading with the public for help, saying Fletcher's 5'6" tall, 137 pounds, with blonde hair and green eyes, last seen wearing a pink jogging top and blue running shorts.
Very important that if anybody knows the whereabouts of Miss Fletcher, to contact the police immediately.
According to University police, Fletcher regularly runs along Central Avenue, where the kidnapping took place. Her cell phone and water bottle later discovered in front of a house owned by the university. According to local reports, the school teacher, also known as Liza, is a married mother of two from a well-known Memphis family known for its philanthropy. Now she's missing, and the Memphis community on edge. Erin McLaughlin, NBC News.